I'd like to talk to us about undermining spiritual authority. Everything that God does, He uses a personality. God will always call one person, and through that person, get His purposes accomplished. When God wanted to save humanity, He chose Noah. He used Noah to preserve the human race. When God wanted to bring Israel out of bondage, He used one person, that is Moses. Even though Aaron was around to help, it was simply Moses that the Lord called. When God wanted to redeem mankind from the bondage of sin, He brought His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. Today, God has done so much in our lives, but throughout all this, He uses just a man. Just a man. It is important for us to also know that whatever the Lord would ask you to do would be bigger than you. When God chooses a man and gives him an assignment, that assignment would always be bigger than that personality. And because of that, He brings people around to help fulfill that assignment. But most often, when people come around to help fulfill an agenda, that is where the problem starts. And I personally believe that we need to learn so much about authority. For that matter, how not to undermine authority. Believing that if we learn to honor God's authority, that is when we ourselves one day will be called to also be in a place of authority. The world is going to tell you that if you want to go up, look up. But God's word teaches us that the way up is down. The way up is down. If service is a bad word to you, if submission is a bad word to you, then know this: you will never rule, you will never lead, you will never influence. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 51 that look unto Abraham your father and to Sarah your mother from the rock where you were hewn. He was but one when I called him, and I blessed him. God called Abraham, and He blessed him. Just one man. Today, God is calling individuals, giving them visions, and He's blessing them. It doesn't mean that the one that has received a vision or a dream is going to be the only one to fulfill it. People are going to come around. If we learn to respect authority, if we learn to exercise authority, if we learn to be under authority, then God can use us also. Now, undermining spiritual authority, that word undermine means to lessen the effectiveness. The word undermine means to lessen the effectiveness. So when I say you are undermining somebody, it means you are lessening the person's effectiveness. You are doing things to make the person less effective or ineffective, so that the desired impact would not be achieved. To undermine authority also means, the word undermine also means to lessen the power. Lessen the power. Somebody has some power and you want to make it powerless. So you are doing things, you are scheming, you are saying things, you are demonstrating certain attitudes to lessen the effectiveness and to lessen the power. Okay? It also means to lessen the ability of someone. You lessen the person's ability. The person is able to achieve this much, but you are doing things, you are scheming things so that the person wouldn't be able to achieve that much. And this is always done gradually. It's not done just in a haste. See, undermining starts gradually. It starts gradually. And that's why I'm going to be talking to you about the signs of undermining, so that you will know when you are being undermined, or you will know when you are undermining somebody. It's very important here. All right, so like I said, undermining is to lessen the effectiveness, the power or ability of something or someone, and this is done especially gradually. And you know what? It could undermine years of hard work. It could undermine efforts that people have put into achieving something. I can give you the synonyms of the word undermine. The word undermine could also be called to subvert. You are subverting authority. You are subverting leadership. Or to sabotage. To sabotage. You are doing things to sabotage the person. Or threaten. You are threatening somebody's position by your actions. You weaken. You are weakening somebody's position. Compromise. You are helping to compromise leadership, compromise a position. Okay? So that the desired result cannot be achieved. Diminish. To undermine also means to diminish somebody's position. It is to reduce. You are doing as much as you can to reduce somebody's authority, or to impair, or to mar. See, you try to mar somebody's position, spoil. These are all synonyms to the word undermine. You spoil, you ruin, you impede, you hinder, you damage, you hurt, you injure, you cripple, you disable, you enfeeble, you sap the person's authority, and you shake the person. And all this is meant to whittle away, eat away, drag through the mud. You undermine God's ordained authority. This is done in churches, this is done in homes, this is done in workplaces. Somebody is trying to undermine your authority, to weaken you by wearing away a base or foundation. Someone has laid a foundation, and then by your words, by your attitudes, and by your actions, you are wearing away that base or that foundation. People are so wicked just to damage what you have done. When an architect says, or an engineer says, water has undermined the stone foundation, water has undermined the stone foundation, what they're trying to say is that the place is weakened, it's sapped, it's deteriorated, and it's injured, it's crippled, and nothing great can come out of this. I'm going to be giving you reasons why people undermine others.